Are you excited to build a brand new home? And you're curious what some of the standard upgrades to the home may be? And also, how much do each of these upgrades cost you? Well, in today's video, I'm diving into the cost of upgrading your new home and also which upgrades might be worth it to you. So let's get started. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. And my team and I love helping so many people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. If we can be of any help, give us a call today. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and for daily information, keep following us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, let's dive in and talk about some new construction upgrades. I've worked with a number of home buyers recently that are in the process of building our new home with some of our national home builders. Now, there is a lot to know about building, and if you have not already seen my video about what you need to know before building a home, be sure to check out this video after this one. Now, when you decide to build, most builders are going to give you options on your home. For instance, some of the choices may be the cabinet, the flooring, even the front elevation, but you may be surprised by all the choices you have or don't have and how much each of these choices may cost you. Let's get started with a few of just the structural changes that you may be able to choose. Now, one caveat, please keep in mind, not all builders are the same, so not all of these choices are going to be allowed with every builder, but many of these are just very, very common. A structural improvement or upgrade may include the extension of the garage by 3 or 4 feet, or extending your patio or lanai. It could also be the change of your front door. What's standard front doors normally do not have glass in them. It'll just be a solid door. Now, this is a simple upgrade. However, it could cost you $3,000 to $9,000 if you have double doors with glass impact windows. So there's a lot to consider when it's structural upgrade. Be sure to ask yourself, do you want this? Do you need this? And is it going to provide additional enjoyment in your home? A few other structural upgrades include pocket doors, pool baths, tankless water heaters, and so much more. Remember, all these features are personal taste. If I were to spend money on structural features, I think tankless water heater is definitely something that is a benefit, while other people may not agree with that. While we're discussing structural options, let's talk a little bit about a pool. Now, this is very common here in Florida, and I get asked all the time, should you include a pool? Should you include an outdoor kitchen? Well, first, even if you do not want to include either at the time you're building, I do highly recommend you do pay for the upgrade to have both stubbed in for future development. It's so much easier to do this at the time of development than after. Now, cost of pools are going to vary greatly depending on the size and shape. You know, whether you want a pool with a spa, whether you want a heater for the pool, whether you want a water feature. There's so many things to think about when it comes to a pool. Rule of thumb for a basic model, expect to budget $75,000 to $90,000 with a pool cage. A spa can be another $25,000 to $30,000. And those beautiful panoramic screens that we see in the pool cages today are quite popular, and they definitely provide an unobstructed view, but it's a pricey upgrade. Also, if that screen happens to tear 2, 3, 4 years down the road, it's also a very costly improvement or repair that you have to make. So really think about those upgrades. So let's move inside the house. Some of the most obvious upgrades inside a home always include your flooring. Now, most builders, the standard package, we see a lot of 18-inch tile squares. And there's lots of options when it comes to flooring. And something else that's standard though to keep in mind is carpet is almost always standard in the bedrooms. And many of my clients do not want that. They want one floor that runs throughout their entire home. And so you can choose from many different options, whether it's a 6 by 36 inch tile, 24-inch tile squares, luxury vinyl. There's countless options with flooring. Flooring is an extremely important feature of the home, specifically here in Florida, as we use tile so often. And tile is not something that is easy or inexpensive to replace. So you really want to choose something that you love, that is fairly neutral, that's not going to go out of style easily. To make a change for flooring, you can upgrade that and spend anywhere from $10,000 to $40,000 or more on your flooring. So that's a major upgrade in a home. Cabinets and countertops are the next largest largest upgrades. Now, typically we see a lot of quartz being placed in our countertops, but the standard choices, well, they tend to be quite neutral or something you may see everywhere. So many of my clients want to upgrade a little bit. Keep in mind with builders, there's different levels for everything in the home. Level 1 is your standard and level 6 is normally the highest. And many of the models you walk through are going to be built with levels 5 and 6. So of course they're beautiful, right? But they're also costly. So when it comes time to make choices on your countertops, cabinets, what I find is a lot of people kind of upgrade to that level 3 or 4 and find something a little bit more unique and something they really love. Normally, most people are going to spend anywhere from $10,000 to $25,000 or more on upgrades to your countertops and cabinets. I love under counter lighting. I think it's a really important upgrade. I also like the roll-out drawers. It's worth spending. The roll-out garbage can. These are all things in a kitchen that are worth spending a little bit of extra money on. Also, speaking of the kitchen, you can spend a little to have it wired for pendant lights. Now, the pendant lights do not come standard. And as we're talking about lighting, there's some things you really need to know about lighting. Again, as we walk through these models, we see beautiful light fixtures. Most homes are not going to come with any light fixtures. They're going to come with the lights in the ceiling, the standard lights, but the light fixtures are all up to the homeowner to go out and purchase after they close on the home. Now, you're going to have can lights in the kitchen, in the dining room, in the living room, but not always in the bedrooms. The bedrooms are always going to be wired for ceiling fans and the light kit, but you're going to have to find what works best for you and that. So lighting is a big upgrade and something to keep in mind. Now, I love a lot of light in the house. However, I don't think I'm going to be spending $350 to $750 for 2 additional can lights throughout my house or in the dining room or anything like that. So you really need to think about lighting. Let's move on to some items that quickly add up in cost. Hardware in your home, such as your door handles, your kitchen faucets, towel bars. We kind of take those for granted, but most people do a little something extra and will pay for the level 2, 3, or 4 because the basic level is usually pretty unattractive and just simple. So make sure you think about that as an upgrade. Another upgrade that might surprise you, simple ones such as the niche in your shower or the shower bench that you see. Now, these things seem small, but can quickly add $350 to $1,000 as an upgrade. Here's a list of a few other upgrades that are often asked about. Tile in the shower. Do you want it to go to the ceiling? Do you want it surrounding your tub? Do you want a tub and shower in the guest baths, or do you just want the shower? These are all things to keep in mind. Another change that you may be asked about is if you want to change the color of the home or the interior walls, they're going to charge you for that. I'm not sure I would pay for that, as I like to design my rooms individually and paint them myself, or have somebody come in and help me design how I want those particular rooms. So paying for an upgrade of paint, I don't know if that's worth it. Now, as far as these beautifully designed wall features, most builders would not even include them if you wanted to. So I think it's a little deceiving that they build out these beautiful wall features and it's not even an option to. However, I would tell you, most people never include them or never even go back and do them later, but it is something that is easily done. So what features do you think are most important in a home? If you've built a home and you've included some upgrades, what are some of those that you could not live without now? Or perhaps what are some that you did that you're like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have spent the money doing that? I'd love to hear from you. Leave comments below. And as always, if I can be of any help, don't hesitate to reach out. We are here to help anytime. Just give us a call. Keep watching, and until next time, take care.